What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be reacting to the most hated rapper of 2026. Before we start this video, make sure to subscribe, comment your favorite part, and let's get right into the video.
What's popping, y'all? It looks like this rapper is having a terrible week, and this YouTuber is also having a terrible week because he believed that he got copyright striked by him. So this YouTuber WestJet put out and said, "Baby No Money just false copyright strike my video despite it being fair use and using none of his music." So for those of you that may be unfamiliar with Baby No Money, you've got to be young if you are. He's a guy that blew up with Young Gravy. If you guys remember Young Gravy, he was a really tall white dude, like 6'8". He kind of made meme music. Think about him as like...
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember. I haven't seen one song called that, or I'm probably just forgot about it, but I do not remember that. I do not remember a song called Young Gravy. What are we doing here?
The white ugly god. He had the song Mr. Clean. This guy, Baby No Money, blew up alongside him. They had this song Whip a Tesla that was quite big, but also Baby No Money blew up huge on TikTok with Y2K, the producer, for this song La La La. And it's like, oh, I forgot the intro to it, but you probably have heard it before. So this guy has continued and he's grown a lot. I think he's still an independent artist. And it was very odd to see this. So here it says this video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Alex Gamukian. I don't know how to pronounce that. This guy's from Vancouver. And then he says personal email too, because a bunch of people were saying, well, how do you know that's actually him? Well, he showed the email and it says in 2017, send beats all to alexgamukian@gmail.com. Let's get to work. So this is 2017. This is when he was still on the come up. And this is also proof that this is his email. Well, very soon after, Baby No Money would reply and say, someone hacked into my email last night and is falsely taking down multiple videos on my behalf. My team has already sent emails to YouTube to get these fixed. I have never and will never strike videos talking about me or otherwise. If your video has been claimed or struck, email my team, babynomula@rightclick.gg, deleting my original tweet to redact sensitive info, because it had, a bunch of people, him emailing his team and like Right Click, which is the agency, I guess, that manages him, and saying, hey, someone's impersonating us. So he deleted the original tweet. And he would reply to the YouTuber and he'd say, hey, dude, I'm dealing with hackers right now. That wasn't me claiming you. I F with your video. I have no idea what the F is going on. Trying to figure it out. It's all love still, mate. And this guy says, Baby No Money reached out in DMs. I'm going to just keep my tweet up just in case until strike is removed. Will delete after. And then soon after, he would delete all the tweets and say, strike just got reversed and video reinstated. Deleting the tweet as that's all I wanted. Thank you to everyone who helped spread it. I know some people are probably skeptical and saying, like, why the hell would people hack this guy and then strike people on his behalf? How does that make any sense? And to be honest, it's kind of weird, but it does make sense. Like, some people just think he's lying and it's because of the backlash. No, that is 100% not the case, because Baby No Money's had a weird past year or so, because like I said, this guy blew up kind of being a meme. Bro? Or like his music was catchy. He had a couple of like TikTok-y songs, and I made a video about this guy. His music was catchy. He had a couple of like TikTok-y songs, and I made a video about this guy maybe like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. He had a very, very brilliant partnership team with him, and this wasn't Right Click. Right Click is like some talent agency. He had like a marketing team that was working with him, and it wasn't some marketing team in the industry. Like, I think it was kind of DIY, and they were brilliant with hopping on trends on TikTok, youth, like kind of alternative culture. This guy was into Twitch and streaming, so he got involved in that world. And his favorite streamer, he had said, was Asmongold, who is one of the biggest streamers, commentators, kind of like leaning more towards politics now in the game. But back then, he didn't really give any political takes, wasn't very controversial, was kind of just like a World of Warcraft streamer and a personality streamer. So a guy that's really cool with Asmongold, this guy Tectone, he would call out Baby No Money and say, never forget, Baby No Money said Asmongold was his favorite streamer, then completely disowned him and censored him over different political beliefs. Biggest PUSSY on this app, completely performative. Now, I will say that performative is certainly the description for this guy. You could say performative, you could say jester, you could say a mix of the two. And what he's talking about is he made this entire music video with all of these different streamers. That's Baby No Money. And one of the people in the video was Asmongold. He wasn't the focal point of the music video. He was just just one of the members. And this guy, Baby No Money, said, you know what? We're blurring this guy's face out because he's really controversial. And it's not because we're blurring this guy's face out because he's really controversial. And it's not because Baby No Money thinks he's controversial. It's that Baby No Money built this base over the past 3 years, I would say, of people that are the most insufferable, just cancerous, depressing, evil, toxic, negative beings. It's the type of person that wants to cancel every other person. They are looking for a reason to knock someone down. You look at their X feed and it's just, this person's evil. This is a bad person. Like F landlords. Just think of any point to like hate on somebody and they've got a whole list and their whole feed is just hating on other people. So of course they're going to say, oh man, they're just sensitive about everything. They're going to say, oh, well, I can't believe you're having Asmongold on there. Like, did you just see what he said about this? Even though that has nothing to do with this. So he is compromised, you could say, or he put himself in this position. And then Asmongold would actually reply to this whole situation with a bit of grace.
And in general, like, this is why, like, and you guys may or may not notice this, right? But like, this is why I've moved a lot away from like collabing and doing anything with anybody else, is because I know that obviously a lot of people don't want to be involved with the things that I do. And so to me, I don't view this as like a bad thing, right? Like, it's just the way it is. And so
apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible, or
like whether I have like everybody agreeing with me or nobody agreeing with me, that doesn't change the fact of like the way that I feel, right? And it's not going to like make me feel like I'm a bad person or like upset or anything like that. So does that make sense? Tacked on as a bag? Well, no, you aren't fully censored. I can see your background. Well, maybe, right? I don't know if that's really me or not. No. I wish that was my hairline. Dude, Wake's hair is... No, that's Wake. Wake has way better hair than I do. And no, definitely not. And do you think censoring you is going to highlight it and make a bigger deal out of it if they just left it alone? Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's up to them. Like, they're going to do the video however they want. I mean, like, it's not up to me. I don't really care. They do whatever they want. So, yeah, in general, like, that's how I really feel about it. And so... And this has been the case for a long time, is that like I obviously go over and I do a lot of controversial stuff and I do a lot of edgy stuff. And so I don't ever blame people for not wanting to be involved with it or not wanting to be involved with me because of it, because the amount of like hate that I get, and like honestly, another person that would understand this is Hassan. I mean, Hassan would understand this the same way. Is that a lot of people probably are friendly with Hassan, but they might not want to do things with him publicly because they don't want to put themselves in the crosshairs, right? They don't want to get involved and like, get attacked by all of these people. And so it's the same thing for me, right? Is that a lot of people like, like the amount of people that are like I was like number 8 on YouTube for like the most searched for term. There's a lot of people talking about my content, having opinions about me, etc. And because it's been so... It's been so widespread, it puts a lot of pressure on people to not to have a viewpoint on it, right? And to like...
This is understandable, and also why this guy Asmongold has distanced himself from a lot of his streamer friends, at least in public, because he used to collaborate with them. Because he's like, yo, I understand what I'm saying and how that may not be good for other people's brands, so I just won't talk to them, at least online. Like, we could talk offline, and that's understandable.
Just woke up, so if y'all hearing a lot of sniffing, it's literally every time I wake up, it's just, man, pollen is insane. Bro, I'm on my spring break. Y'all. So you already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make videos every day. I'm gonna live stream sometimes, not every day, but sometimes. Like, bro, this week will be probably the best week, like, in my YouTube, like, for real. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
By him, a lot of people.
But I'm just saying, if I keep hearing this, it's because my just woke up. I just woke up.
Will have this notion of, well, I'm going to be really controversial right now and you should still like ride by me. And it's like, should they really? Like, that doesn't mean they should unfriend you, but to act like they should be doing business with you, especially when a lot of their business hinges on these unhinged folks, that's a lot to ask for. And another moment was this artist thing. This is where it got so performative that even I got fed up. I was like, dude, this is unreal. Is that Baby No Money decided to become the anti-AI guy. So one of these clips is me on my way to fight AI slop and commission every real artist. He decided to become the face of real artists that were getting replaced by AI. And this is one of the worst things he could have ever. It was so irritating and annoying and performative, like I said. Whereas this guy's just like, I hate AI. I hate AI. I'm hiring all the artists. So an artist that he hired would reply and say, for the record, if you're an NSFW artist not safe for work, which means they draw corn, don't collab with him. He claimed he could only afford 50% of my rate for animation. Claimed he loved the animation, but refused to post or retweet it after realizing 3 months later that I was an NSFW artist, even though I said multiple times that I was. Instead, only leaving a comment under my post, even though he posts directly or retweets other artists. Then, when I tried to communicate about with him, he ghosted completely. So this person posts underneath the text exchange with Baby No Money's team. And in the text exchange, this guy's like reaching out to them multiple times. And then they say, hey, we're sorry about not interacting with the animation. We're doing a bunch of different stuff. I'll make sure he gets to it today. And we love the animation. He's like, okay, but he unfollowed me yesterday. And this guy says, I'm sorry. That seems like we didn't do to him interacting with it yet. Yes, he told me about that. He didn't realize you were an NSFW account. And I guess he kept seeing NSFW stuff on his TL. So with that, he unfollowed you. It's nothing personal. He could have just muted the guy. Or how did he follow him if he didn't know that he drew NSFW stuff? Now, granted, at the current point in time, this guy's profile is
I smell BS. I smell complete BS.
doesn't have NSFW on it. They usually have NSFW, or they have like an 18 and a cross going through it, like a canceled mark. So people under 18 don't go to that page. But this guy doesn't have it at this point in time. I don't know if that's the case for February when this was going on. He says, you were one of his favorite animations during this rollout of CTB animations. I apologize. There should have been a heads up or something. And I understand your frustration. Now, he also shows the animation, which I'm playing for you guys right now. And this is I can't play the music, of course, because there's music in the background, and that is copyright. And this was for this kind of like Brazil song. So you can see the animation. This is about a 20-second animation. He posts the full DM history, and in the beginning you can see exactly
My God.
when he talks about his complaint is that he got quote unquote lowballed. But here, the social media manager talks to him and says, hey, I'm April, Alex's social media manager. I'll be helping with questions and information, and Alex will pop in whenever he can. He says, hey, it's great to meet you. He says, what's your rate for a 10 to 15 second animation? He says, so for 10 seconds, I usually charge $700. But I'm really excited for this project, so I'm happy to take a lower rate for the chance to work on something that isn't corn. So here, off rip, this guy saying,
I just want to know, why is this even a thing? Like, why do people actually animate stuff like that? Well, I get it. Like, I actually don't get it. Well, they gotta make it real life, kind of. But, like, bro, it's a fact this man's not even lying about himself. He said, you know what? I'm not going to do nothing that's like, CORN related. And I'm going to lower the price for the money. I was like, oh, okay.
$700 for 10 seconds. Now, people could charge whatever they want, but this is a lot of...
This man's charging his phone, recording at the same time, and it's 9:18. It's early in the morning. Is it PM or AM? I don't know.
Money to pay, not for an animation, because animations take a lot of time to make, which is why it's so difficult. Like, for example, one of the biggest animators on YouTube, animation as a whole has been dying on YouTube. If I can find the graph, I'll show it to you guys, but the interest around it has really, really died in comparison to the 2015 to 2020. That was its heyday. And The Odd Ones Out was one of the biggest animation channels, and he just had to fire a ton of people. He's like, yo, I got to downscale my team. I can't afford afford these animators because the videos just don't make enough money. And you can see right here how much an animation costs. Now, the odd ones out animations aren't costing probably the same as this, but you can see how much an animation costs. Like, dude, if it's a promo piece, let's say 10 seconds, $700, and he's doing 20 seconds of it, and how many clips do they have? They're making, let's say this is 1,400, 1,500, whatever. This guy said he would do half because he wanted a little bit more publicity. And half of this would have been 700 for the whole thing. So let's say you get 10 people. Now that's $7,000 for promo. How much does the song needs to do? Like at least 1 million streams for it to recoup that. And somebody says, oh, and before anyone says, well, you said you were fine with taking a lower rate. He's like, I already said that. He says, money isn't the real issue. I wouldn't mind working for a lower rate if it meant I could be promoted for doing something other than NSFW. It's about the disrespect and ghosting. It was entirely unprofessional. And Baby No Money would respond to this. And he would say the following. There is conversation regarding me not paying creators. Oh, dog, like I would have taken less and I even offered less up front because if it would have brought me to a wider audience, you have a lot of people that follow you that are clearly against AI art. And, you know, maybe I would have been able to get
me, 100% me,
more opportunities to do animations for other people and get the hell out of this NSFW situation. So all in all, I understand both sides here. And I do understand the guy coming public with it because imagine you get played like this. Right? You get played like this, and then this guy keeps posting about like, yo, commission in real artists, and you're like, dog, where the hell? I just wanted you to post me, and that was part of the deal. And a lot of people underneath it are arguing and saying like, yo, harassing you. And some people made a very good point and said, dude, you hang out with OnlyFans chicks all the time and post them to your TikTok. And that is a very good point. So if you're talking about that, how are you hanging out with OF chicks on TikTok when that is the primary funnel for OF chicks to bring people to their OF? It's TikTok, then it's OF. And then the craziest part is that you have people that are saying, how is that relevant? The replies to, I really urge you to look at this tweet or like go to this guy's page and read the replies to this tweet. It didn't happen that far ago or that long ago. You will see exactly what I'm talking about and your head will start spinning. And you're like, what the hell? This is real? Yes, this is the bed he has laid for himself. And this is so weird to me because I know for a fact Baby No Money is nothing like the fans.
Even the way he's chopping his AI. Okay, I'm sorry.
That he's cultivating.
No, I'm actually for real. I'm not sorry.
Like, yes, the guy's performative. He's like, you know, a funny
bro,
guy. I know he's a normal, chill guy. Like, yeah, he's into like some nerdy stuff. Maybe he's into like Twitch streams, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. Elden Ring, whatever the hell else, Dark Souls. I think I remember that from his interview a long time ago with Y2K. But I know he's a normal guy. So when you're just a normal guy building a fan base of lunatics, I just wonder how much stress that leaves him under. And I don't know why he decided to make that decision. So right now he gets a lot of hate. So he has to, it's a real tightrope because the tightrope is that his fans can turn on him at any time. Like, for example, think of the opposite, like a Ye, right? Where no matter what he does, his fan base is like, yo, we mess with this guy. And then people that are not fans of him or haters, or casuals, they may hate or like him depending on what he does. Baby No Money's in a situation where he has a ton of haters because they're like me and understand that he's being performative, except I'm not a hater of him, but they're rubbed the wrong way. They're like, dude, seriously? But they actually amp it up and they're like, man, I want to see this guy lose for trying to be this guy. And then he's got his quote unquote fan base, which is a tightrope, which they're only his fans as long as he does, says, and believes every single thing that they do. And then that's where you're in a really precarious position and you have to keep dealing with stressful situations like this. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think that this deserved this whole big situation? The funny thing is a lot of people were saying, yo, you should just pay market rate. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? The guy was talking to him and he told him how he was going to take less. And someone negotiating is fine in business. Like, imagine going to a business and you're like, yo, I said I was going to sell my business for 8x multiplier and this guy offered me 5x. Can you believe that? They're like, well, isn't that what, like, you know, the market is? Like,
hope y'all enjoyed this video, bro. That's crazy. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace out.